Hey, everybody. How are you? This is a quick impromptu um, live stream on YouTube. My first live stream. Do not know what I'm doing, but here I am. I wanted to actually introduce myself. I'm restarting my channel over. And on this channel, I wanted to talk more about my life with fibromyalgia, how I got here, how I'm balancing living with a chronic pain condition, as well as being a mom and a business owner. So, without further ado, I am Monique Williams. I'm a holistic self care advisor and advocate. And like I said, I am someone who lives with fibromyalgia and arthritis. So, my life journey started 2009. 2009, I was a nurse, and not a pandemic, but an epidemic had came, and it was H1N1. I caught that virus, and after that virus, I kind of had a spiral of what has now been diagnosed as fibromyalgia. With everything that's going on right now in our lives, in the world, with this new virus, I've been really triggered. Really triggered. It feels like deja vu because I've been there. I've been there and I lived it. So, anyway, 2009, I caught the H1N1, which was like a flu virus. At the time, treating patients, one of my coworkers came to work sick. She was around everyone at the desk when she was sick, had simple flu symptoms. Mm, About a month later, after recovery, I started to deal with um, symptoms in my body that I never experienced before. So, about 3 months of just shortness of breath, coughing, body aches, soreness, muscle twitching, sensitivity to touch, like shoes and my scrubs on my waist. Um, they diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. Now, at the time, they said, you might be what they called a long termer. It'll go away. We'll see. We'll play it by ear and see. I see how it happens. I'm like, okay, cool. A couple of years went by, nothing changed. I went from being like this really, really healthy woman, very active, young, to being like on over 15 medications. And it became so bad that I couldn't work anymore in the nursing setting. But I still wanted to work, right? I had this drive that I just needed to work. And so I switched from being a clinical nurse to working from home. And that still didn't work. And that's when my body started to experience like this generalized anxiety. Now they think the anxiety came from my body just being in pain and responding, but at the time, it wasn't no explanation. And I had a breakdown at work one day, and the doctors took me out, um, and I haven't been able to work since that time. What I learned though when that happened, and I had to be at home like by myself, and I was so used to working. Now I had to be home, and I had a chance to really just think about what was going on. What was the next step in my life? What was the next step when it came to my care? How was I going to even take care of my daughter? I realized during that time that I was a nurse. My life was committed to taking care of others. I was a mom. I was taking care of everybody else around me. And I assumed I was taking care of myself, but I really wasn't. I really wasn't taking care of myself. And even though that time period in my life fully did um, in the way that I assumed it to be. Like, I just assumed it to be 100% nursing, but I can actually do that without having to be in the nurse profession. I realized that during that time, I thought I had boundaries and I didn't. So I learned how to have boundaries and to say no and to speak up for myself as a woman, as a patient, as a mom. Um, because that was an issue that I didn't have, an issue that I had before that I wasn't aware of. Um, that journey of discovery taught me, even though I knew it already as a nurse because I took care of my patients and I did it, but that taught me how to be more holistic when it came to my life, whether it was personal or whether it was professional. And so every single day, in order for me to find work life harmony, I have to do something in area of my life. And so I wanted to share those different things on YouTube because I know there are people right now who are experiencing imbalance, they're experiencing frustrations, they're experiencing fear and patience when it comes to what's going on, especially for the ones that have been diagnosed as long termers or you are suffering with a chronic illness. It might be an autoimmune condition, it could be fibromyalgia. I wanted to share, how did I get to where I am now, to accept that this is my new normal, to accept that I have to adjust my life and live a certain, way now that's different than what I planned and set goals for to achieve. And that even though I had to shift and change, it didn't affect my life. It actually made it better. It just has new responsibilities. I want to share how I became an advocate for myself when it came to my health and being able to go and find different doctors that can help support me when it comes to my holistic journey. Different ways I've implemented natural ways to take care of myself, as well as still being open to working with my doctor to deal with pharmaceutical ways or medical ways to create this harmony that's in my life. I think it's really important. I used to be afraid to share this story. I'll be really vague. But I just didn't think, oh, nobody really wants to know about that because the goal of everybody in this society is to be, really fast paced, get over things really quickly, ignore these things. You're coming up with the excuses. You just need to work, 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 and do, do, do. Um, but truth be told, I didn't make any excuses. My number one goal when all of this happened was how can I be the best that I can be so that I can create experiences in my life that I enjoy, that brings peace, love, joy, happiness, health, wellness, safety, security, and just loving, meaningful relationships. Something that I really struggled with before when I was a high performing woman who was very successful, who on paper had everything that people prayed for. And then to have to shift to something totally different that actually brought me back to what my soul actually desires and wants, and I'm able to experience that every day. So I just wanted to share the little tidbit, a really, simple video. Again, it's, I'm Monique Williams, your holistic self-care advisor, and, expect to see those different strategies and those techniques and the experiences that I talked about a little bit in this video. And if you're someone who has newly been diagnosed with a condition, a medical condition, you don't even know where to, begin. You feel like nobody hears you. You can't process what's going on or how to even start your journey when it comes to holistic self-care, go ahead, subscribe to this channel because I want to um, be the light for you to say, hey, she's going through this, and she makes the best of it, and she's has that harmony. That's what I want, because right now I feel like everything is just all over the place. Been there, done that. I was there for a couple of years before I got here. So I want to share that with you. Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.